I've got another good example for the Gann Grids Ultra program. I'm working my way through the Astro tool set, and today I'm going to take a look at the Zodiac hotspots. This kind of connects back to the George Bayer material. He did quite a bit with this, and there's some good stuff that can be found using these tools when you go through some of these exercises like this. So when you click on the Zodiac Hotspots tool here, it opens up a box, and what you do, you click directly on the chart on pivot high or low or any bar you want, and when you click on it, it'll enter that date into the box. So I've gone through here from late 23 into about the end of the year here up to 12/3, and then just to look through a series of these pivots. Some of these I have highlighted where we had retrograde planets coming back across the same degree. So what you do then, after you get your date selected, you hit copy and then go to tool here, this button here. When you hit go to tool, it opens up this box, and then that'll paste your dates in here with the paste button right here, and then it tells us the date of where we are today when we open the box. And then you can set your time zone, your time. I'm just leaving everything at noon because I'm only looking at the larger planets. It's not going to make much difference. I'm taking the geocentric look here. And then you click the generate button, and it'll give you two different views. It'll give you the hotspots view, where it'll tell you what planet in what sign at what degree you've got to hit. Then you can also go to the ephemeris view. It'll list the dates that you had highlighted. It'll show you the planet and the degree the planet was at. So what you can, what's interesting and what you can see here is, let's start out with take a look at Mercury here. You can see that in August of 23, Mercury went retrograde on 8/24, and it was moving backwards through this period, and then it started in forward direction on September 21st at the last pivot I had highlighted. So now what you can do, you can look to see if do we have a pivot at a degree, and if so, we want to note that longitude and sign and see if we got a pivot when it crossed back over that degree. So you can see here on 7/13, Venus was at 2657 Leo, and then on 8/2, when Venus was in retrograde motion, it crossed 2627 Leo. We had another pivot there. So the pivot identified on 7/13, if we would have looked for Mercury at that degree that day, and then watched when that degree was crossed moving backwards, we would have gotten that pivot just by using the retrograde transit of that same degree. So you can do that and look at that for test all the planets to see what would work or what looked good. You can see also with Venus we had that 6/19, we had a 12/21 pivot, and then on 8/30 we had a pivot at 12/37. So that one was indicated as well there. And this is just one use for this. There's other uses, but I'm just going to highlight this one. And you can look at the other planets too, and you'll see where we have these other large planets are giving us similar indication at these degree points when they get crossed again. So you can just go through and kind of look through there and see where you get these particular hits. Like here, say for instance, you've got Saturn at 7-7 on June 7th. It crosses back at 7-9 on June 25th. Look at Uranus. You've got a 23-4 on 8/27. It crosses back on the 30th. There were pivots on both of those dates. And then you can see here at 22:58, and we had a pivot at 22:51, and so on. You can see some of those are pretty close. And then you can do that all the way out, and even check through Neptune and Pluto. When you get to Neptune and Pluto, you want to get your degrees and minutes pretty much exact because they move so slow. Anyhow, I just wanted to highlight that as one possible use for that. The other thing to do is do a degree search and see if a certain hotspot, a certain zodiac longitude will give you hits when you're usually going to find one or two planets at a certain degree point will hit and give you a significant pivot, so you can search and find those for whatever investment vehicle that you're looking at. So anyhow, just a quick look at that tool to highlight one of the functions that one can do.